Hello and welcome to the first video of my LCS Summer 2022 preview. We're covering CLG, also known as Counter Logic Gaming. I'm going to do this for all 10 teams in the LCS. I've already completed my LPL 2022 previews, all 17 teams, so check that playlist out. LEC started earlier today with Astralis, and my LCK videos have been coming out the last 5 days and will finish up this week. I do videos all about League, League esports, primarily the four major regions. I also had a news and notes video come out earlier today, which I think is like a half hour long, covering like 11 different teams and the things they might have done just over the last week. But you're here for Counter Logic Gaming, so let's look at this. I have them 10th going into spring, finished 8th in, going into summer, finished 8th in spring, 6 and 12. Academy 7, 9 and 2. I didn't really pay attention to Academy. I guess they must have played best of. I think they played best of twos or something, which is just weird. And they finished first with a losing record. I think they won the playoffs or something. I don't understand this at all. I don't understand the record at all. So, nevertheless, they had a really good academy team. And they made some moves. Prismal left. Meech joined in his place at an 80 carry. And they went and snagged Kevy from Order in the LCO. They were the MSI representatives, Kevy being their best player. I, you, if you haven't watched my videos before, um, so I really have. I don't know what it is, but I have a thing for junglers, especially junglers that are coming to the LCS from the outside. I was high on Jose Dioto when he came in. I was high on River in spring, and Kevy is no exception. Kevy was a very, very dominant player in the LCO. He had some interesting picks with the Evelyn and Karthus and things like that. The AP champion pool is there. He has heavy carry potential. Right now, he's listed as the Academy jungler, but I do believe he should be given contracts a run for his money because CLG is not that great. Another note I have written up here that you can't read probably. They have a third team, CLG Faith, which Rosethorn got pushed down to, which is why there's 3 there. Listed under junglers. That's big. That's big. 100 Thieves have multiple teams. Immortals have multiple teams, but not every team does. And that's a big deal to invest in talent like that. And despite the team's struggles over the years, I do commend them for making an effort to that degree. So, the stats listed for the players in black in most cases are stats that the players had in the one game they had in the LCS. So at the end of the spring split, CLG allowed their academy team to get a game and they lost big time. Jenkins in the regular season for the main team, 819 CS per minute, 48.9, 48.6 KP. So that's not where we want it to be. Above 8 is good CS per minute. However, under 50 KP means you are split pushing and not farming all that well when you correlate those two numbers. A KDA under 2, kill share under 20%, which makes sense. 22.2% gold share. He is farming in the side lane, getting an opportunity to get gold, but not doing all that much with it. 8 champions in 17 games. Dokla struggled in the one game on Vayne. His academy stats looked phenomenal. He should be pushing Jenkins for an opportunity on the LCS team, in my opinion. He had nearly 9 CS per minute, I believe. Just absolutely I know Dokla's gotten a few looks over the years and struggled. I remember him with Optic. Optic, if you haven't watched me before, or I haven't mentioned this much, but I am an Optic. Optic Call of Duty is where my gaming love began. Optic, I am all about Optic, and it's a shame that people say, well, Optic sucked in the LCS, and it's like after they got sold to Immortals and Immortals used them as Optic. I was definitely on board with the whole let's not care about Immortals, Optic Immortals. No offense to the players, it was just like the organization. That sucked. So contracts in jungle. 549 CS per minute, which is solid, 67.2 KP. He is below average in terms of being a jungler. 22 years old though, so has an opportunity to get better. I think him and Kevy should go at it. for this slot. Hopefully, scrims or both teams are getting a chance with the big team. 22.4, 18.5. So the return on investments there when it comes to gold. 8 champions in 17 games. Kevy, CS per minute above 6, which is very good. Those are very good farming numbers. Above 6 is exceptional. Obviously, against a lower level of competition. 71% KP, so he's fighting as well as farming. Nearly 25% kill share. That's secondary carry numbers. For a jungler, that's a carry-oriented jungler. Nearly 20 gold share, played 8 champions in 19 games. Rosethorn in his one game on Viego, 5.64 CS per minute. Rosethorn actually looked pretty good in his one game of LCS action, so maybe he deserves a shot on an academy team elsewhere and not on CLG Faith, but he looked okay in that one game. Not quite like Dokla struggled because he was on Vayne and he still has warding issues. Mid lane, Palafox is kind of similar to Contract, just kind of like been a below average player and in his role at the LCS level for a while now. 266, 834. So 834 CS per minute, close to that 8.5 number, which is bare minimum in my opinion for mid lane. However, 63.9% KP, you'd like that to be higher if he's not farming that well. 20.8, 21.9 gold share. So, I mean, Jenkins has actually relied on more gold wise than Palafox, which is kind of concerning because I think the solo lanes on this team really struggle. Nobody on this team is last in their role going into the split, my opinion. But they're not in the upper half outside of Poom. Demonte, I think Demonte should be pushing Palafox. And Demonte was kind of a coach, but also played for the academy team in 4 games, nearly 9.5 CS per minute. Obviously, we know who Demonte is. Demonte is he has been to Worlds. He's a very good mid laner. He struggles at times in the LCS, which time and time again he's gotten opportunities and struggled. But I think he's better than Palafox. KP was higher, kill share was higher, obviously against a lower level of competition in academy. Triple played in 1 game in that 1 game of LCS action, playing Ari, 8 CS per minute. I think Triple looked okay last year. I think he got some looks last year. I want to say with somebody, I think it was with FlyQuest, but I can't be 100% certain. But he looked okay in his game. Obviously, these guys are not ready for the LCS in the case of Rosethorn or Triple, but they should be continuing to get academy time. Bot lane, Luger and Puma were one of the better academy bot lanes last year, and that's why we had some hype going into this year, and I actually had CLG. I don't think I had them last. I think I had them like 7th or 8th. I'm not 100% certain, but I thought that the bot lane could do something, and I mean, they were okay, but I feel like teams said, let's crack down on the bot lane because that is where the team is going to succeed from. Luger, 961 CS per minute, very good, over 9.5, especially for a rookie split, the former Turkish 80 carry, 63.4 KP, so that's actually on the right side of 60 for a 80 carry. Carry numbers, 28% kill share, 24% gold share, played 7 champions in 17 games. I don't think he's going to be pushed for his spot by any means. Meech's stats are not good enough. He played for Immortals AoE, I believe. Definitely Immortals in a lower level. I'm pretty sure it was the 3rd tier. 4.7 KDA, a CS per minute under 9 at that level is just not good enough. How is he going to lane against better players? We could argue that the support was a problem. Support diff, we'll see early on. Breezy had pretty decent numbers for the academy team with Prismal. 31% kill share, under 60% KP. So he didn't farm that well. He got kills when he fought, but he didn't farm that well when he was away from the fray. Gold share pretty much the same as Luger, and played 10 champions in 49 games. Obviously, the circuit qualifiers and things like that. The 3rd tier proving grounds or whatever of the LCS, they play more games than Academy. Support Poom. Poom is pretty good. I have him as a top half support, at least stats wise. Obviously, I don't have Poom in the top half, but he's pretty good. He is not the problem with this team. Bot lane is not the problem with this team. I'm pretty sure it's the upper half of the squad. Solo lanes, jungle needs some help, need to be pushed. I think you need to say, hey, Jenkins, you're struggling. Dokla's doing good. Let's swap you. Um, Contracts and Kevy in scrim. Swap them. Demonte, if he's going to play, swap him with Palafox in scrim. See what happens. I mean, what do you have to lose in scrims? So, Poom, 71% KP, good side of 70. He makes things happen, which is good. Breezy played, in one game and struggled, but I mean, that CLG game, I'm pretty sure they got smoke showed, so that is what it is. But nevertheless, if you're a CLG fan, what do you expect in summer? Are you hyped about the Kevy news? Do you think Contract should remain the starter? What other areas of this team do you think could be improved because the Academy team did so well? If you watch LCS Academy, also comment down below how do you think these players looked. Stay tuned for more videos about the LCS. But yeah, so thank you for watching, and I hope you come back for more content.